Vishwakarma and you are watching my channel Fly High with Physics. Here in this channel we will discuss physics of class 11th and class 12th. So let's start. I believe that you already have watched my previous video in which we have discussed what is physical world and what is science. So let's start further. As we already know that to know the nature and behavior of natural things is science. To get the knowledge why and how changes are taking place in our surrounding is science. Now the question is that जितनी भी knowledge हमारे पास है क्या वो सब science है? To answer this question we have a method and that method is called scientific method. In this method, we have to follow several steps, and those steps are systematic observation, controlled experiments, qualitative and quantitative reasoning, mathematical modeling, prediction, and the last one is verification or falsification. To get the understanding of this method, let us take an example. As we already know that Newton had discovered the very famous law of gravitation. Actually हुआ क्या था? Once Newton was sitting in his garden and he saw that an apple fall from tree towards earth. Being a very curious personality, Newton ने ये incident ignore नहीं किया and he started thinking about it. He thought, why this apple fall towards earth? Why didn't it go skyward? Then he started observing his surrounding keenly. He observed, for example, that rain always fall towards ground. Fruits or leaves from a tree always falls on the ground. He observed that if we throw a ball skyward, it always returns to the earth. He observed that water in any water body, for example in river, always go along the slope. It never go against the slope. So when Newton was observing all these phenomena, actually he was going through the process of systematic observations. Now, Newton went to his lab and repeat these activities several times. For example, he took a ball and threw it in every possible way. But eventually, he got that ball always returned to the ground. When he was doing this, actually he was doing controlled experiment. Now he had to find out the reason behind all these. On the basis of his observation, as every time ball was coming towards earth, he got an idea that earth must have something, and because of that, earth is attracting everything towards itself. Now the question is, what does earth have? He answered, earth has mass. He thought that because of its mass, earth is applying a force on everything and attract everything towards itself. He assumed that not only earth, even everything in this universe that have mass applies a force on the other object and attract it towards itself. So if we consider this assumption true, then sun has much more mass than earth. So क्या sun भी बाकी objects को अपनी तरफ attract करता होगा? He answered, yes, sun भी attract करता है, and because of that, earth and other planets are revolving continuously around sun. वो sun को छोड़कर बाहर नहीं जाते. Okay, but ball also have mass, or any other thing in the surrounding of the ball also have mass. So why did not ball getting attract toward any other thing in his surrounding, why does it go always towards Earth? He answered this question that Earth has much more mass than compared to the any other thing in the surrounding, and that's the reason why ball goes towards the Earth every time. Here he assumed that heavier the object, stronger the force it will apply on the other object. Now if we consider this assumption true, then Sun has much more mass than Earth. So why did not Sun attract the ball toward itself? He answered this, that the distance between Earth and the ball is much shorter than the distance between Sun and the ball. So Earth is applying much more force than Sun. Here he assumed that shorter the distance, stronger the force that the object will apply on the other object. Now, Newton had made 3 assumptions in this process, and those were: first is that every object that has mass will apply a force on other object. The second one is heavier the object, stronger the force that it will apply on the other object. The third one is shorter the distance between the object, stronger the force that they will apply on each other. Here in this process, we develop the initial understanding. We explore and discover the ideas that are involving in the ongoing process. This kind of reasoning is called qualitative reasoning. Now, Newton had to apply his mathematical concepts and skills to get final course of action. He concluded that the force that is acting between the 2 objects is proportional to the product of masses of both objects. Means, if we consider an object 1 and the other object 2, then the force that is acting between them will proportional to the product of mass of object 1 and the mass of object 2. Okay? Again, this force depends on the distance between the 2 objects. As we know that as we increase the distance, the force between the objects decreases. So, here he concludes that force is inversely proportional to R⁻m. If we assemble these 2 results, we get F is proportional to m1 m2 divided by R⁻m, where m1 is the mass of object 1, m2 is the mass of object 2, and r is the distance between these 2 objects. Here he applied his mathematical concepts and skills to get this relation between the factors. This time he did quantitative reasoning. He did some experiments, he used his mathematical skills, and then he found out that the force that is acting between any 2 objects is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square, where G is the gravitational constant, m1 is mass of object 1 and m2 is the mass of object 2, and r is the distance between these 2 objects. Actually, this formula is not a single day work. It is like बरसों की मेहनत. बहुत कैलकुलेशन करनी पड़ती है, बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करने पड़ते हैं, तब जाके we can find out the actual formula. Now this time he did mathematical modeling. Again, to check the credibility of this formula, he had to make some prediction. What kind of prediction? Suppose we have to put a satellite in an orbit around Earth. For a satellite, there must be a centripetal force जिसकी वजह से सैटेलाइट अर्थ के अराउंड एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में रिवॉल्व करता रहे. According to the Newton, in equilibrium, this force will provide the required centripetal force to keep the satellite revolving around Earth. So, with the help of this formula, we can conclude the amount of the force and ultimately the velocity that is required to keep the satellite revolving around Earth. So, if the velocity that Newton had calculated with the help of this formula could keep the satellite revolving around Earth in its orbit successfully, then it proves that the calculation that Newton had done was right. And eventually this whole process was right. And ऐसा हुआ भी. That's how this whole theory become a principle and this whole process get verified. But अगर ऐसा ना होता, then the theory get falsified and then Newton had to repeat this activity, this whole process again. This is scientific method to find out whether the knowledge we have is science or not.